My first MIS-TLIF was done in May back in 2008. Since our topic is one solution for different pathologies, I'm not going to talk about literature or results or anything. I'm going to showcase all cases for different pathologies I have done over the last 18 years. So commonest is degenerative spondylolisthesis with instability. That is the most commonest thing. Done properly gives consistent results. Good fusion at 10 years post-op and patient is doing gym activity. Same thing happens with spondylolysis listhesis. Done properly gives a good result. What about instability with canal stenosis? You can do MIS-TLIF and then do over-the-top decompression. Here I pass my cage first for suppose really indirect decompression and then tilt the tube and do over-the-top decompressions. What about disc prolapse, recurrent disc prolapse? Now here is a case where there is a extraforaminal disc prolapse. Normally I would do PELD or endoscopic surgery for extraforaminal disc, but here if you analyze the case, there is a disc degeneration with irregularity of the end plate, hence I opted for MIS-TLIF. What about multi-level spondylolisthesis? This patient with a 3-level spondylolisthesis, we have done a MIS-TLIF, all cages passed, all screws passed percutaneously. This is the 8-year post-op X-ray. High-grade spondylolisthesis with proper techniques, you can reduce high-grade spondylolisthesis. This is 21-year-old goal done recently, complete reduction. Failed back surgery syndromes, this is 10-year-old laminectomy, open laminectomy done, 67-year-old male, came with an instability. We didn't go through the scar, we did percutaneous pedicle screw fixation with tubular cage fixation. Adjacent segment disease, now this is tricky thing. This patient was operated, open surgery, pedicle screw fixation, decompression has been done and comes with a instability adjacent segment. And he is insisting that do minimal invasive. Now how we do it? This is the technique we have developed. What I do is take a midline incision through the old scar, don't dissect muscle, just fascia, and then fascia is retracted and pass your screws percutaneously where that for implant, old implant, you can go paraspinally, remove the implants and pass using the same track. In this case, we use the same track to pass a guide wire and over that we pass the percutaneous screws. Even tube is passed percutaneous like a muscle splitting approach and through that cage is passed. This is also almost 8 years follow-up. What about non-union spine fractures? Now this patient with medical comorbidities, hypertensive, diabetic, came with she had a septicemia for which she was admitted in ICU for almost 1.5 months. She was treated there, she recovered, but in between her spine fracture was ignored. So this is the position we saw after 8 months. So for that, I did minimal invasive TLIF with percutaneous pedicle screw fixation. What about infective spondylodiscitis? This is primary infective spondylodiscitis. We have done, there is a erosion, 6 weeks antibiotics were given by ID specialist, not improved. At the end of 6 weeks, CT showed these erosions and we did MIS-TLIF. Ultimately, it turned out to be brucellosis. Post-operative infection, this patient was operated outside, micro discectomy was done, continued pain, gradually developed fever, and this is 8 months post-op, he presented to us, we did MIS-TLIF. What about black disc or discogenic backache? This patient presented with repeated backache, episodic backache for almost 2.5 to 3 years. Every time I used to treat him conservatively. So all conservative treatment options were done. Ultimately, we did discography, provocative discography, which showed that that degenerated disc is the culprit. So we did a MIS-TLIF. Tandem stenosis, yes, selected cases I do MIS-TLIF depending on the pathology, of course, and I do cervical and lumbar pathologies in one sitting. Deformity correction, now this is not a proper case to show, but this is very, very early. Nowadays, I may do OLIF for these cases, but initially we have done selected level TLIF, MIS-TLIF. Now, I am not showing any my results, but 4 years back, we tried to analyze our cases with minimum 2 years follow-up. With hospital support, we asked, did a telephonic interview of the patient, their ODI, and asked them to come to hospital for X-ray and CT scan. My fellow analyzed the results. Surprisingly, fusion was assessed by measuring the Hounsfield units in the disc space, and of course, visual. Surprisingly, we found that there is consistently bony bridge inside the cage. People say that anteriorly bone is formed, but we found that inside the cage there is a bony bridge consistently.
Thank you, Dr. Gupte.